Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to review the 1978 movie called Halloween. In fact, I am here to review its trailer. Okay, I put the trailer on, and it takes me back to the late 70s way of doing art for trailers or trailer art. They might add a creepy voice telling the tale, like it's a horror chilling story, like some creepy voice narrating the particular thing, which is the horror tale in the story. And then you see victims walking around, potential victims, and then there's a maniac in a mask. So I said so. Those were the thoughts when I originally watched the trailer as a kid. Like wow, like this is to a kid it seems very exciting. In fact, like wow, that's a creepy dude. He looks scary. Kids don't like scary, creepy dudes, but if you put it in a particular film, then they'll sit around and watch it. So yeah, when I watched the trailer again, most recently, I did comparables in terms of the style of trailers in this day and age, in terms of horror, and the ones in the past in that day and age. Nowadays things are more advanced, more refined, and there are many, many trillions of more horror film characters and creepy monsters out now in terms of like a variety of scary, terrifying characters. Yeah, and Michael Myers, of course, is the villain of the whole Halloween trailer. They don't say his name during the trailer. I sat and watched it again, and I recalled I did, or I'm like, wow, they're not saying Michael Myers. Why is that? So they didn't say Michael Myers every 2 seconds to try to hype the trailer up. You know why? Because Michael Myers wasn't famous when that trailer came out. No one knew who he was. So that's a trip. But when they played the second trailer to the sequel, they probably said his name a few times in it because at that time he would have been famous for the sequel to the original Halloween movie, but that is another story. Okay, now I'm sitting and watching this Halloween trailer in the frame of mind. I put myself in a frame of mind from back then in terms of how I felt in 1978 as best as I can recall that particular feeling and groove. And I must say that this film was it looks like it's a different type of slasher film based on what the trailer is showing me. In other words, it's something that I hadn't seen before. And then it's happening on Halloween. I know that month. I know that month of the year, that holiday, that date, because it's when we dress up and go outside and get free candy. Yeah, that's Halloween. So that intrigued me too when I watched the trailer originally, and when I watched it, most recently, I was able to reflect back on that experience. Okay, the Halloween trailer was good, and we know the film would go on to become an iconic series. Okay, folks, let me know how you feel about this one.